What's up guys, Mo Fala here. I am on one today and you're gonna feel it in this video because I'm feeling some type of way and I'm ready to drop some bombs for you. Let's go. Here are tips that I gained from my billionaire mentor. First thing, don't get distracted by multiple streams of income. Get your focus so tightly dialed in on one stream and do everything that you can to maximize that stream until it does not flow anymore. After that stream is maximized, then go and try and find flows that complement and are similar to that stream so that you don't put your attention in two different places. If you're doing sales, don't then quickly change it into accounting or engineering or something like that. Focus your attention on the thing that you're the best at and then find things that complement that. Next thing, don't waste your money buying dumb shit with your active income. Don't go buying watches like this, don't go buying jewelry like this, don't go buying Lamborghinis like this with your active income. That's the stupidest thing that you can do because you don't want to work for your stuff. You want to work so that you can buy assets and make sure that your assets provide you income so that you can go buy stupid shit like this so that you don't have to work for your money. Understand that your money is hard-earned cash. Now you need to take that cash and send it out because every time you send money out, make sure that it comes back with friends. Next tip that I got for you, make sure your goals are so big that it scares you and it makes other people gasp. If you show your goals to someone and they think that you can achieve them, your goals are way too small. You need people to start laughing at you, start criticizing you, telling you that that's not possible. That's when you know that your goals are big enough. When I started Simple Solar and I had 4 people with me and I told everyone and I verbalized, hey, we're gonna do $25 million in our first year of doing business, we had people tell us it was impossible, that we couldn't do it. 4 people had to produce over 800 accounts in a single year. We ended that year finishing with 28.5 million, and we would not be who we are today as a company. I would not be who I am as the owner of this organization if I set and I played small. Make your goals so freaking big and so unrealistic and be so absolutely unreasonable and relentless in your pursuit towards your goals, because I'll tell you this, nobody will ever do anything huge or big or make impact or change in the world unless you do something that's totally unrealistic. Be unreasonable, be unrealistic, and set huge freaking goals. Next tip, stay broke. I advise everybody, you wanna stay broke. You don't want cash in your bank account. The reason why you don't want cash in your bank account is because it makes you comfortable and it makes you complacent. You don't want that. You want the hustle muscle to be activated, because I guarantee you that the person who's gonna be hustling more is the guy who's got $1,000 in his bank account and rent due next week than the guy who's got 100K in his bank account and nothing to worry about. You want to worry. You want your expenses to be high and you want your cash to be low. What's that gonna do for you? It's gonna cause you to work. It's gonna force you and it's gonna put you into a position of controlled chaos. I call it controlled chaos because you're forcing yourself to be in a position that forces expansion. If you have rent due, it's not about pulling money out of your stock account or your E-Trade or your portfolio or whatever. It's not about pulling money out of your bank account. If you got rent due, you gotta go and make money today. How are you gonna go and acquire a customer that's gonna give you cash today? So that's why I say stay broke. Put your money into illiquid assets. Get your money into places where it's strapped, where you can't pull your money out if you're having a bad day, because you need to go and earn income. Force your growth. The further you can push your wealth into the future, the better you're gonna be. I have investments where I put my money in there and I can't touch it for another 10 years. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you have $100,000 or $1 million and you dump it and you push it out 10 years into the future saying, I can't touch this thing for 10 years? It's crazy. People want access to their cash right now. And what I'm telling you guys is get rid of the short-term satisfaction and delay the gratification as much as possible, because today I'm 27 years old, but by the time I'm 37 years old, I'm gonna be way smarter, way wiser, way more capable, and when that million comes back to me and it's $2.5 million, I'm gonna be able to do way better when I'm 37, because I'm just gonna be that much smarter, that much wiser, that much more competent to be able to turn that $2.5 million into $100 million. Follow that lesson, keep repeating it, push all of your cash into the future, go illiquid, and find yourself making billions of dollars by the time that you're done. And by the time that you're done, you're not gonna be done, because this game does not stop. You're gonna keep wanting to grow, you're gonna wanna keep playing. Next tip, go to the fucking gym. If you can't control this, when this tells you, hey, it's okay, you can relax, you can be tired, you can do this, but if you can't control this and go to the fucking gym, how the hell are you gonna control anything in your business? If you can't even get rid of that little bitch voice that's in the back of your head telling you not to do something, you literally do not deserve to be successful. You don't deserve to be successful if you can't even battle and win and conquer that voice that's in your head that's telling you not to do something. Go to the fucking gym. It's not all about the physical and what your body does. It's about the mental gain, that sharpness that you can conquer and do something hard. If you want to have the nice things in life, you got to do what's hard. If you can conquer your body, it's such a shame for a person to go their whole entire life without realizing what their body is capable of. So make sure that you go to the fucking gym. Next tip for you: don't hang around losers. Holy shit, what that will do for your life. That will set you back so freaking far. It is literally the most important thing in your life, is making sure you're surrounded by the right people. Because if you're in the trenches and other people shooting at you and you got somebody with you and they're like, oh man, we're running out of ammo. That person is so negative. Get them out of there. Surround yourself with the right people who are tremendously positive. Get people around you that will push you, that will support you, that have big goals. If you want to make money, get yourself around people who don't stop talking about money. Don't find people who say, oh, it's not possible, it's only meant for this people, it's a scam. Get yourself away from that negativity. You don't want negativity in your life. Who in the world would want to surround themselves with somebody who's being negative? If I ever find myself in a situation where things aren't going right for me and I'm pushing, but I'm not seeing progress, I always take a look at my surroundings. I look at my circle and I find out who there is actively pressing on the brakes to slow me down. Sometimes people just can't keep up with the pace that you're going, so they're trying to slow down. Don't let your confidence offend other people's insecurities. You keep going and you move at the pace that you need to do so that you can get ahead in your life. Next tip: stop smoking weed. Oh my God. Once I stopped smoking weed, my life just went like this. Huge trajectories. And I made all of the excuses in the world. It helps me sleep, it helps me with anxiety, it doesn't affect me, I can still continue to perform the same way. Bullshit. Those are total justifications on why I was hooked on a drug. Those that say weed's not addicting, stop smoking weed and see what happens to you. You're gonna wanna smoke weed. It's addicting and it slows you down. If I'm going in a race and I'm going 60 miles per hour and this person right here is smoking weed and going 60 miles, that guy's gonna slow down. They're gonna be scared. They're not gonna be able to act. They're not gonna be able to attack and act and execute with confidence, because they're always gonna have some consideration on why it can't go right. I'm telling you, if you wanna have a better life and you wanna 10x your income, get rid of the marijuana. Throw that pot down the toilet and focus on yourself. See yourself gain huge trajectories in your life and move in the right direction once you cut marijuana out of your life. Next thing, alcohol. Quit the parties. Alcohol in itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. The problem is what alcohol gets you involved in. Alcohol gets you going to the bars, gets you going to the clubs, gets you going to parties where you don't belong, especially when you're starting out your business and starting out on your success track. You need to get rid of all the distractions. All those parties are just total distractions to you. You're not gonna gain any benefits. And people are gonna say, oh, well, you know, I can go network, I can do this, I can do this. Okay, fine. Why do you need booze? Why can't you go out and have the confidence in yourself? Why do you have to use some drug and some substance to lower your inhibitions? Have the confidence to go out and communicate. If you're gonna go and do the biggest business deal of your life, are you gonna go and get drunk before you do that? No. Act with confidence, act with certainty, and get rid of the booze. Next tip: if you want to stay broke, buy shit to impress other people. I see this all too typical and all too common. When salespeople, especially salespeople, they start to get a little bit of money, they go out and they buy designer clothes and they buy watches and cars just to impress other people and pretend like they actually have money. If you take a look at the wealthiest people out there, they are naturally impressive. It's more important to be rich than to look rich. One of the biggest things you're gonna do in setting yourself back in your life is buy things to impress other people who, quite frankly, don't even give a shit about the things that you have. And so you waste money, you set yourself back rather than stacking your cash and investing it into a better future. Last piece of advice for all of you guys: make sure that everybody around you is on the same page as you. Make sure that you tell the people that are around you what your goals are, what you're working towards, who you want to become, the things that you have to do, and what you have to sacrifice in order to get there. Because if you don't have your family on the same page as you, your friends on the same page as you, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, if you don't have the people around you and that are most close to you on the same page as you, they're never gonna understand why you're doing what you're doing, and they're gonna ultimately try and hold you back from becoming that person. Most people are afraid of change. And if you don't tell them that, if you don't tell tell them what you're gonna do, you're gonna find that they're gonna try and hold you back. Get them on the same page as you. Make sure that they support you. Make sure that they understand why you're doing what you're doing so that you can have the most support possible, so that you can be who you need to be, so that you can have all the things that you can have, so you can do whatever the fuck you wanna do. Mo Fala telling you what you need to do so that you can be rich, successful, handsome, winning, strong, everything that you need so that you can have a wonderful life. I'm out.